Welcome to the Kiki Scenes channel and welcome to Kiki's Country Living. I'm happy you're here and I want to talk about self-care. We all know it's important. We talk about it all the time. You see memes about it. People write paragraphs about it. And now I'm going to tell you a few of the things that I do for my own self-care, and maybe it will inspire you to do some of these things as well. So I'm going to start from probably how I start my day till I end my day to kind of give you an idea of how all this stuff works. So one of the first things that I do for self-care is I like to come out of a well-rested sleep. So the way that I ensure well-rested sleep is that I have invested in it. From having lavender around, using aromatherapy, I have a atomizer. So I do use essential oils. I'll use things like lavender, a little bit of vanilla, sometimes sandalwood, different oils depending on my mood, but they're typically soothing oils. Cedarwood as well. I tend to really like that, lavender and cedarwood together. But calming aromas, I don't always do that. Other times I might use a little bit of magnesium, depending. Sometimes I don't need anything extra. It might just be I go to sleep with a sound. One of the sounds that I like is using positive affirmations. I have encouraged this on my channel before, but I have created positive affirmations for myself that I speak, that I have said in a very calm voice, and I've added some music to it, and I just listen to it before I go to bed. So I just say wonderful things. I'm programming myself, but I find that it also helps me go to sleep like that. It's like the moment I hear my voice, it's just like soothing me into a wonderful slumber. Hey you, remember, all throughout Aquarius season, we are chanting Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum. That chant can be done for at least 15 minutes. I hope you're chanting with me. It's the Tibetan chant for compassion. Om Mani Padme Hum. Bye now. Then I invested in bedding. So for my bedding, I like to sleep in all white. So I have white sheets, white comforter, white pillow, something, I don't know what that is, but I just like that white, I don't know. It's not that I think it's clean. It's just simple. There's not much going on. I think that's what it is. I just like that it's like a kind of a clean slate. There's nothing going on at all. And it allows for me to have very peaceful sleep. Then the other thing that I like to do, that I have done, is I invested in a bed topper. I didn't want to get a whole mattress, and so I thought to myself, well, let me try this, because I wasn't sure what my body actually likes. I've slept on different beds and I like them, but I'm like, is this something that I want to have? So I'm still in the phase of trying to choose something that I really, really want. So in the meantime, I found myself a nice little, actually I got a 4-inch bed topper. And my body, it's a memory foam bed topper, and it's not hot, doesn't sleep too hot, and my body just conforms to it, and I'm finding that I feel great. I had hurt myself a little while back with my back, because this is the other thing that I do, and I'll get to it, exercising, and so I was having back issues. So when I added that topper, it's like I don't have those problems anymore. I wake up and everything is fine. Hello there. Welcome to the Kiki Scenes channel. Today, I want to give you new witches. Oh, hey there. I sent you there. Are you enjoying your Kiki Scenes video? I sure am enjoying mine. You want to know a way to support this channel? Support me via Patreon. There, you can be a sparkler, a shiny ash, or a Phoenician. The shiny ash tier actually gives you access into my private Facebook group, where we do things to support our spiritual practice. All kinds of projects, we read books together, we share ideas together. If you want to be a part of that group, you can support me via Patreon and choose the shiny ash tier. If you want to take it to a whole other level, you can support me being a Phoenician. 3 months of continued support will give you a free session with me. And hey, if you're not quite ready for all that, you can be a sparkler. A sparkler really helps keep that fire going, and it helps start that shiny ash process. Hey, why don't you shine your ash over at Patreon and help support this channel so it can grow, I can eat, and I can keep on making good content for you all. All right. Hallelujah, holla magic. And you know what? Let me get back to my Kiki Scenes video and you get back to yours. And warlocks and wizards and conscious people and woke people and just So then skincare routine. I have a nighttime routine and a morning routine, but that skincare routine is a part of self-care that I think is really important. It's not just about, indulging my skin and all of that. It's also about this feeling of I care for my exterior in the sense that it means something to me that when you step out the house, you feel good. And there's certain things that I do to feel good. So I have a very basic skincare routine, but I have one. So I hope you have one as well. Then I exercise. So I exercise daily. I'm coming up on about 2 years of regular daily exercise, no days off. I have not missed a day. And that does not mean every day is an intense exercise. That's not what it's about. What my goal was to exercise for at least 15 minutes a day. So that was my goal. And yes, I have achieved it. At least 15 minutes a day. And that could be anything from yoga to intense cardio or HIIT. And some days those exercises are an hour, or sometimes it might be 2 hours because maybe I'm doing walking instead of something at home. And then sometimes it's straight 15 minutes of winding my hips or something really basic, but just moving my body and letting it know that, yes, I'm giving you extra attention right now. Then I bathe. When I mean by bathing, I take baths, not just showers. I take regular baths. And I do bubble baths and Epsom salts and all of that. So I like to have those soothing baths on a regular basis. I like Dr. Teal's as far as what I use for when I have my bubble bath. And then of course I'll just use any kind of Epsom salt. I take regular baths. I take more baths than I do showers because it just feels a lot more luxurious. And so I like to do luxurious things, luxurious feeling things. Okay, then treat yourself. I find ways to treat myself. And in treating myself, it's not so much about spending a lot of money on myself. It's more about spending money that means something to me. So one of the things that I'll be treating myself to pretty soon, and I like to build up to it too. And what I'm about to say is not that expensive either, but it's just, I like to build up to it. And I'm going to be getting fermenting lids. I want to see if I can make my own sauerkraut. So, Kiki's country living. We got to live and be the part, okay? So I got to start fermenting my vegetables, people. I got to make my own kimchi, my own sauerkraut, my own pickles. I got to get on it. Come on. All right? So I'm excited about that phase of my life coming soon. Oh, hey there. Hey, are you liking this video? Give it a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe as well. Tell your friends and also ding that notification bell so you know every time I make a video. When you comment as well, it helps make my channel grow. And that's what we want, right? All right, thank you. Go back to the video now. Another thing that I do is read. Yes, I like to take a look in a book and ride that reading rainbow. So I do like to read. If you are familiar, in my Shiny Ashes group, which is powered by Patreon, we do read books. We have a book club within the group, so I do like to read, and I do a lot of reading out loud because of it, but I also do audiobooks as well. So I do a mixture of reading the physical pages and also listening to audiobooks. But I love that. It's one of the best things I think I've ever done. I love gaining new information and knowledge, and I like the act of someone reading to me and also reading to myself and reading to other people. So I do it all. I'm read to, and I read to other people, and I read to myself, and it feels great. And I feel like it's one of the greatest things you can do for yourself, just enriching your mind. The other thing that you can do for your mind is meditate. So I also meditate and chant. I put those two things together because I'm not necessarily someone who does great sitting down in one spot and totally clearing out my mind. Chanting helps me do that. I find that if I do a 15-minute chant and then go into silence, it's far more effective than me just trying to go into silence right away. So I do those things together, and I will also do moving meditations, which usually includes me chanting. So I might be doing something, chanting and moving, doing something, chanting and moving. And I find that once that chant is over, once again, I can get into that quiet space. I do that on a almost daily basis. Right now, I'm definitely daily basis because I'm chanting with the Shining Ashes and I'm chanting with you on here on YouTube, and we are chanting Om Mani Padme Om. So then the other thing that I do is I cook. I cook for myself. I look for healthy options. And one thing I've learned along the way is that, you know, I've tried different ways to eat, and I am a solid vegetarian in this, and I'm a vegetarian in the house, and then I'm a vegan in the streets. And the reason why I typically go that way is because I don't actually like to eat out. I don't trust people with my food. I don't like the fast way of the way. Even when you go to a restaurant, the food is still fast, if you will. They have to have a whole lot of food, and just it's processed in a really fast way. And most things are done that way, but I just prefer to take out some of those, like those quick steps, you know, because the faster you're moving, the more things can go awry. So if I can get a hold of my food first and then move at the pace that I want to move with it, I feel better about eating it. So that's just me. So I tend to be vegan out in the streets because I feel like it's safer that way. And then I am at home, I'm definitely a vegetarian. I love my butter, I love my eggs, and then ice cream. I have ice cream addiction, and the vegan stuff is a disappointment. And the other thing I do, and this is a form of self-care that I feel like people don't talk about enough, is that I am every day striving to be as responsible as possible with my money. So if that's saving, if that's investing, it's just making good decisions with my money. So I feel that's an act of self-care, that if I put money aside, if I just make sure I'm saving something, if I'm putting money in a way that it's working for me, I do both, and that is a form of self-care. I feel good when I do that. And so I say, do something responsible with your money. It's energy. And so that means you're taking care of your energy. And that's what self-care is about. It's about taking care of your energy, stepping away from some of the noise sometimes, putting energy back into yourself. So your money is a representation of energy. Handle it well. Try to be responsible with it, as responsible as possible, and really take time to take care of your energy and take care of yourself. So I hope those tips are useful to you. What do you do for self-care? What did I miss? And the thing is that most of this stuff I do daily. I mean, I try to do this stuff on a regular basis. I'm chanting on a regular basis. I definitely take baths on a regular basis, exercising daily, reading almost daily. These are things that I do on a regular basis, all in the act. I find the time to do it. And the way that I do it and achieve it is that I say I will do these things for at least 15 minutes. And that 15 minutes really helps me find the time. I find that when you try to do things like, I want to meditate for an hour, or I want to do this for an hour, and you have these long blocks of time, you're less likely to do it because you think you don't have the time. But you'll find that you always really have 15 minutes. So that's how I approach it. And so I'll space this stuff out during the day. I might chant and drive. I multitask in that sense. I do things that I know can go together. If I go to the bathroom, if I'm in the tub, a lot of times if I'm in the tub, I'm also chanting. So I mix it up and find ways to achieve my goals, sometimes simultaneously. So that's it. And I hope you guys have a great day. What do you do for self-care? Hallelujah. Hallelujah magic. And I'll see you next time. Iyo and Bunya.